The narrow road exposed. Why most are still on the Broadway and don't know it. Even know it, most people claim they are on the narrow path. But the truth is, the narrow road is not crowded, it's not popular, and it's not comfortable. Yahushua HaMashiach said in Matthew 7:13-14, "Enter in through the narrow gate, because the gate is wide and the way is broad, that leads to destruction, and there are many who enter in through it. Because the gate is narrow and the way is hard-pressed, which leads to life, and there are few who find it." Let that sink in. Few find it. Why? Because the narrow road requires more than belief. It requires truth, and that includes the true name of the Father, Yahuah, and his Son, Yahusha. You can't be on the narrow road while praying to another name. You can't be following the true Mashiach while saying, "It don't matter what name I call him." That's deception. The broad road is filled with people who think they're saved, but they were serving gods of their own, understanding, or names handed down from religion. Just look around. Christianity calls on Jesus. Islam calls on Allah. Judaism rejects the Son completely. Catholicism mixes paganism with scripture. Camps argue over titles, but reject the name Yahusha, and you're telling me they all on the narrow path? Impossible. That's what the broad road looks like. Many names, many doctrines, many paths, but no truth. There is one master, one belief, one immersion, one Yahuah and Father of all. Ephesians 4:5-6. So why are there so many names? Because the majority are still on the broad road. Yahuah said in Yahuah 2:32, "And it shall be that everyone who calls on the name of Yahuah shall be delivered." His name matters. His Son's name matters. The narrow road is set apart, not mixed with lies, not corrupted by traditions, not polluted with titles. "I have come in my Father's name, and you do not receive me." If another comes in his own name, him you would receive. Yehudanan, John 5:43. Let me say this clearly. If you're calling on a name that came from Greek, Latin, or man-made traditions, you're still on the broad road. If you deny the true name of Yahusha, you're rejecting the door to the narrow path. Even some Israelite camps are on the broad path. They know they're Yasharel, but they reject the name Yahusha and replace it with made-up names or still cling to Jesus. They're awake to who they are, but still blind to who he is. Religion has nations of gods. Every religion has a different name they call on. But Yahuah is not the Eluah of confusion. He has one name, and so does his Son. That's why most of the world is still lost. They follow tradition, emotion, or popularity, but not truth. That's the wide gate. That's the Broadway, and it leads to destruction. This walk is not about looking religious. It's about being set apart. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Yehudanan 8:32. If you're still saying Jesus, you're not free. If you think God or Lord is enough, you're still deceived. If you say the name doesn't matter, you're calling the Father a liar, because he told us to call on his name, to esteem his name, and to trust in his name. We weren't told to follow religion. We were told to follow Torah, to walk in obedience, to cling to the name above all names, Yahusha, the one who came in his Father's name, Yahuah. So ask yourself, are you really on the narrow path? Or are you just standing on the broad road in a religious disguise? Come out of her, my people, lest you share in her sins, and lest you receive of her plagues. Hazon, Revelation 18:4. The narrow road requires the name. The Broadway is filled with religious lies. Jesus, Yahusha, one way, one name, one truth. Come out of religion and enter the narrow way.